Okay, good morning everybody. I'm looking at the wrong side of the camera there. I had a little interruption. Had a little bit of a puppy issue, so I had to start over. Anyways, just wanted to share something really quickly that Father said to me this morning and showed me in a scripture that was written by David in Psalms. You know, however many gazillions of years ago that was, I'm not exactly sure, but we know where the Old Testament kind of lies. It's incredible how poignant David's words are, and the specific words that Father actually gave me this morning to what's happening right now. It just amazes me how something so apparently old, at least it appears in this construct, could have been so point on and just point blank and exactly, you know, perfect for the time that we're in right now. So I'm going to share that with you. First, I'm just going to read it, and then I'm going to kind of tear it apart a little bit for the things that popped out at me to share with you today. My love for you is great. And this isn't the scripture, this is just what Father spoke to me to share with you today. Receive even more of my love. Drink it into your innermost being. My love is what transforms you and changes your thinking, your prayers, and the essence of your life. It is impossible for you to understand the depth of my love, for it is more than you can imagine and more than you can perceive. It will take eternity for you to even begin to grasp the wonder of my love for you. Okay, and that's based out of Psalm 19, 1 through 4, which I will read that at the end as well. So let's just start with the beginning of this. My love for you is great. Receive even more of my love. That right there. Receive even more of my love. More. And what do we know about love? We know so much about it. It's so much more than just, of course it's more than a word, but there's a frequency to it. There's an actual light energy to it that is factual and scientifically proven. This frequency that we are created from, live in, and move forward on and project outward and wield as the most powerful and most effective weapon that there is. This love. So receive even more. We've all come to places, that's why we're all here together, of great abundance. He's saying receive even more of that love. Drink it into your innermost being. Okay, right now we're sitting in this position from my last video. You know that there's this light energy that's being given to us, and that right now you need to connect to Mother, connect to Father, get yourself in there, that perfect Trinity. That light energy that is coming is this fabric of love that's speaking of, and it is a gift for us. It's creating change in us. It's giving us this new ascension process. It's girding us up with the things that we need for the coming days. Innermost being. Do you think that's talking about your meat suit? Do you think that has anything to do with your intellect? None of it. It has nothing to do with all of this. It is that being, that sentient being that you are from Father, and that He's speaking to you. Innermost being. Drink. What happens when we drink fluid? Got water right here. You take it into your mouth, and it goes down your esophagus into this very center part of who you are. You need to take this thing that's been given to us, this specific deposit of light energy, frequency of love, and bring it into that being, that true being right now, your innermost being. This is the part of us that's key to this game that we're in, to this end mission. The rest of it, it means nothing. It's only derailment. It's only smoke and mirrors. It's only kept to keep you focused on things that will keep you from understanding what Father's saying this morning. Okay? My love is what transforms you and changes your thinking. That's the first thing he says. Transforms you. What have we been talking about? What has Nadi been trying to teach us? What have we been hearing about from one another and having great confirmation of? This ascension. The fact that it's actually changing our DNA. The very fiber that we're imprisoned in is actually changing. It says that this love, my love, is what transforms you and changes your thinking. Starting with that, your brain. Now, this does have to do with the meat suit, because there's things taking place. Your brain, the DNA that actually comprises your physical meat suit brain, transforming from this light energy that's coming. And then it says, it changes your thinking and your prayers. Your prayers. your connection, your intention with Father together as joint creators, partners in this, your heart. Now that is an effect of the meat suit as well as the true you. There is DNA in your heart. There is DNA in this center region of your body. Remember Derek mentioned something about getting butterflies, and there's no scientific way to prove what that sensation is because there's not a nerve system in there that can cause that. That is what Father's talking about. It's that place right here, your heart, the place where your prayers are at, transforming you. And then it goes on to say, your prayers and the essence of your life. We know what the essence of our life is. It's this fabric that we're living in, the fabric we're made from, the fabric of Father, essence. This connects to the true DNA because all of us have little fragments of the true DNA that we were supposed to have before it was usurped and created to be a battery for this matrix. These two things that deal with the meat suit are going to connect to that which does not deal with the meat suit. That thing that's within you that is the true DNA that Father created, not the DNA that was corrupted, because the powers that be on this matrix don't create. They only corrupt what's already here. This is speaking of that part that's already there. Just these little fragments placed in specific places so that this chain of events coming from this energy can take off. The DNA that is there and is already part of the new you. There's a chain being built there. This is a very important message about getting out, touching the earth, connecting with Father, bringing yourself into that, getting that Trinity going so that this innermost you can benefit from that. And you're going to really, it's a trip when I bring the scripture into this, because this was David, who was an amazing, dessert dish, by the way. If you don't know that, King David, who wrote Psalms and the Songs of Solomon. Yes, and they were the Songs of Solomon, so I don't know if he wrote them. He may have. He was a musician. Not totally clear on that, but what I'm saying is that the apple of Father's eye in the Old Testament, David, dessert dish, 100%, which if you know him, you love him. If you're one, you understand. So there's that. Okay. And then the next one says, the next paragraph, it is impossible for you to understand the depth of my love. Now that just sounds negative, doesn't it? When you think about it, it's impossible. Father, really? What are we doing, right? Impossible. It says that it's impossible for you to understand the depth of my love. Depth. How far this whole thing goes. How deep this thing is. How short the time is. How unbelievable the events coming are going to be. Derek has spoken about this, and many others have spoken about how many people will lose their minds and actually want for death, and it won't come because it's just going to completely blow every CPU in their head. Operating systems toast. So there's a depth here that we just cannot fathom. How deep does this rabbit hole go? We can't fathom it. It is impossible, but wait, we'll read on. For it is more than you can imagine, and more than you can ever perceive. More than you can imagine. Your meat suit. More than this intellect, this thing that's in your brain that creates this scenario here on the matrix. More than it can fathom. That's just your meat suit, okay? So it is more than that can fathom. It is. It's impossible to that. Totally impossible. And then it goes on to say, it says perceive. And more than you can perceive. In your flesh. In the meat suit. But there's an antidote to this that removes the negative that might appear in those words. And the antidote to this is the death to everything that's here. And I know it's the same old message, but it's so important. It is key. What he's saying is that it's impossible for you to grasp this thing that is coming, that's here for us right now. If you have any of that left in you, that's not going to grasp it. It is impossible. You can't imagine it. You cannot perceive it unless true death to everything in this matrix. Everything in this matrix. All of it. Everything. It is only distraction, and there is no spoon in the reality of reality. I posted something that John Lennon said this morning. Let's see if I can recall it from memory. The closer you get to the real you, the less the world looks real. And that's what this is talking about. Getting into that place where we truly come from, who we truly are. I will take eternity. Oh, I apologize. It will take eternity for you to even begin to grasp the wonder of my love for you. Once again, first read of that is like, oh, eternity? Oh, This is such a hard job. No, it's not. Let's see what that actually means. Eternity. What is eternity? It is everything that's outside of this construct. The only place that has a clock on the wall that we believe there's time. It's only there because we believe it. We believe it's 1 o'clock, so it is 1 o'clock. You don't believe it's 1 o'clock? It's not. Did you catch what I just said? I mean, just flashed before my eyes. That statement. It did come from me. You believe the clock says 1. Stop believing that. And then what happens? What did he say? What did he say? It will take eternity. Timelessness. Don't believe the clock on the wall. Believe that there is no spoon, there is no clock, and then immediately, where are you at? Present in eternity, both here and in the other dimensions. 2 places at once. Right hand of the Father. Eyes on the kingdom, all else will be added. These things all add up together. So let's reread that knowing that we're in eternity. It will take eternity. We have eternity. We just ignored the clock on the wall. We don't believe it anymore. So what you have will begin to help you grasp the wonder of my love for you. It's not negative. It means that there is a shift that you have to secure. You have to perfect this. And it's so simple, not easy. There's a lot of distraction to keep you from doing it. Ignore the clock. Ignore the matrix. Die to this entire existence in a finite, infinite, absolute way. And if you're not there, right within, go there. Speak to Father. Speak to Source. Speak to yourself. Ask for the proper path to that part of ascension. And then this whole thing is no longer impossible. It's only impossible if this gets in the way. All of this. What he is saying is that there's time to grasp something now, and it's right in front of us. We're getting something right now. It's right outside of the magnetosphere. Ears ringing, feel it. This is the second video I've made during this process. There is so much going on right now, and this is about that, entirely about that. So it is possible, but you must reach full death, full life, which death of everything here brings you into that eternal place where no longer is it impossible. It's not only not impossible, it is I am possible. Because of who you are, it is all possible. It is all truth. It's all real, 100%. But you have got to let that clock on the wall go. You have to. Yeshua was so intense on death to this world, death to this world. Pick up your cross and carry it. Negate your mother, negate your father, negate the children, negate everything you see in this matrix and die to it and pick up your cross and walk forward. That's where the truth is. Because this is all just a prison, all of it, every single bit of it is created to derail you. It's time to stop letting that happen. And it says to begin to grasp the wonder of this love, this frequency. What's coming down at us right now that we know it's just started this month, this special amount of love and light frequency. Says right there, of this love, this frequency. So you have to begin. This is the beginning, is the eternity, getting rid of this flesh. To grasp, Father, Mother, you, the perfect Trinity, this love, this frequency. So I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to be as clear as it came to me. It's astounding to me. I'm just behind myself. So let's see here. I think something happened to my email here. Here it is. Okay. So the scripture, this is David. Now I didn't write any notes on this. I'm just going to freelance it. If something comes up, I'm going to say it. Where am I at? 14 minutes. Yeah, I joked around with Mario this morning and said, it's going to be 15 minutes. It has to be because I can never do less than that. I did on my last video, though. I was impressed with myself. But God's splendor is a tale that is told. Story, more story, right? His testament is written in the stars. This is David. He never says anything about the matrix in this whole passage. He knew he had this incredible ability to hold this truth. These thousands of years, hundreds of years, back in the Old Testament, before Christ, he knew this stuff. Listen to what he says. His testament is written in the stars, above this stratosphere, above and out and beyond this matrix, because this is the only place we're trapped. Out there is the truth. Outside of this construct is everything that's real, everything we are, everything that was, is, and will be. The great I am. It's just mind-boggling when you think that David wrote this. Space itself speaks his story every day through the marvels of what? The heavens. Maggie, get in here. I apologize for that again. I didn't mean to holler at you. Lay down. Our other little sentient being here that is keeping me company. She likes to bark at it. Maggie, get over here and lay down. I apologize again. She usually photobombs my videos. Today she's making a full presence. I'm almost finished, so I'm going to try to get through this. Space itself speaks of the story every day through the marvels of the heavens. Once again, where is this light energy coming from? It's coming from above, from the heavens. Go and research out the super sun, the true sun that is in the midst of 5 universes, that one of which are the ones we live in. But there are 5 total, and this sun is in the very center. It's very, very special. Go look into it. See what Father brings to you in that. His truth is on tour in the starry vault of the sky. Once again, where is this pointing to? What is David saying? Showing his skill and his creations and his craftsmanship. Each day gushes out its message to the next, night with night, whispering its knowledge to all. I am just overwhelmed by this. This is him speaking of this light energy that is coming to us for this end game right now. It's speaking and describing that specific moment, this specific moment. David, I'm just blown. He's definitely, he's my soulmate, always has been. Love him to pieces. Can't wait to hang out with him. Without a sound, without a word, without a voice being heard, yet all the world can see this story. All the world can see this story. Everywhere its gospel is clearly read, so all may know. He's talking about this, what's happening right now. And this is specifically being led. You know, I was shown this and it completely girded me up this morning. It gave me so much joy and so much, Maggie, be quiet. It gave me so much confirmation, and I couldn't believe it. Now, I have had this message sent to me before. I do get duplicates sometimes, so this is a possibility. And I can tell you that what I see in this as opposed to what I saw before, it's amazing to me. It's absolutely incredible. So go look that up if you want. I think I mentioned the verse. I already closed my phone, so sorry. I mentioned what verse it was. All right, I'll turn it back on just in case. I don't want you to miss it. I want you to be able to go and read it. So give me 2 seconds here. I'm such a dork, I know. Okay, it was Psalms 19, 1 through 4. So go and check it out. Go look into it, see what Father says to you. And this is big, this is huge. David knew that, did you hear him mention anything about truth being here in this flesh and this matrix and this world that we are in right now, the enemy's world? He didn't mention a thing. All of it is out there. All of it. And you've already got that connection. And this is very clear how we get past the impossibility to grasp this. It's very, very clear. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll be talking to you soon.